Flats of FaaF.
I hate the intro every time. Episode 6 of Flats of FaaF podcast with me, Griff, co-host Si.
Hello.
And a brand new guest. He's been mentioned throughout this new series. Only Alex, everybody. Welcome, Alex.
Hello. Thank you. Great to be here.
Is this the first time you've ever podded?
Yeah.
You've never been on any other podcast?
No.
Wow. Well, we'll soon see how you enjoy it.
He was barely going to turn up for this one. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, you had to buy me a meal.
You were absent without leave for our third episode? Second episode?
Third.
No,
second and third. Wasn't it?
That doesn't matter. He was failed, but he's here to make up for lost time. How are you, Alex?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks. Just had a nice meal,
Full.
as you know.
Yeah, we just it's Si's birthday a couple of days ago. 39. Happy birthday. Not the oldest in the room, though, are we? Alex, are you 40 this year?
No, I'm
No,
39 this year.
39 this year.
So size 38.
Yeah, I know. I'm not yet 38. Anyway, well, we've just come fresh from a delicious meal.
Should we talk about some of the reviews of the last episode with James, or not before we crack on?
That's fine. We can. Obviously, the highlight seems to be the Minamoto story, based on feedback.
That was your highlight as well, I expect, at the time. Low light. He prefers it in low light. You can see what's going on.
Well, you can. You're going to read something out, are you?
No, I ain't that fucking prepared.
Well, we're not going to read.
I thought you were more prepared than that.
Well, one of James's co-colleagues sent a voice message, and he could barely get through the voice note without laughing. Just saying how much.
Yeah, there were a few, weren't there? That
some of your colleagues.
No, not on mine. I meant James.
He
had a few, didn't he, of his work? I presume it's people that know Tom. So, do they know you?
I'm a Griff on this, mate. Don't be formal. It's fine.
Okay. I was like that. Okay.
Tom. Yeah, it's just I don't feel comfortable. You call both Tom.
Sorry, Tom. Okay. Griff. Apart from Jamie, he was here.
Oh, Jamie would never call me Griff. No, Jamie will be a guest one day on the pod. Another part of our friendship circle. So,
yeah.
I guess the podcast is quickly evolving into telling stories of yesteryear.
We're only based on the last episode. It wasn't like.
And we know Alex has done some homework. He's actually made notes.
Well, he was taking fucking notes during the meal.
I wasn't taking notes.
That's all right. It's fine. Be prepared. You know, better to be prepared than not to.
Nice fucking chair. Sorry.
But as you know, we don't have an itinerary of things to
an agenda.
Didn't give an agenda, no. So it's fine. Whatever you've got, Alex, bring it on, mate.
Bring it on.
Pressure's on you now. Go. Handing over to Alex.
I'll be honest, I'm really.
You're not recording it. You're not recording it this time, then.
Oh, I can't be bothered to edit the video. Genuinely,
that's fine.
How do you know when he's recording?
That's not what I was recording with last.
Any listeners, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is quite simply FaaF Podcast. Flats of FaaF Podcast. You'll see a little bit of footage of us recording live. If you
might do it again at some point in the future, but it took me like 3 hours to do the first one, and then even then, like some of the audio was like out of sync.
Well, okay.
I didn't realise that you edited, and when you said you edited, that you would literally edit very small gaps of nothingness as well. Like
that's just how I roll, mate.
FaaF. Flats of FaaF.
Let's summarise what we've been up to lately, and we could start off with our guest, Alex. Tell us a bit about yourself and what have you been up to.
To be fair, parenting.
You're a new parent, yeah.
New parent,
right.
yeah.
Congratulations.
I say new. It seems like it's been years already.
Yeah,
it's been hard graft.
It does feel like that.
Really hard graft. I was always one that was pretty good at having a lack of sleep or minimum sleep, as you well know from the Lake District trip.
It's quarter asleep.
Yeah, my quarter asleep in the wave machine.
We might have to just cover that after.
I think so. We should go to that. But yeah, obviously.
Tell people about my medical background. That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously.
And your sexual background, by the sounds of it.
We covered that.
Yeah.
Sorry, Alex.
Yeah, you covered something.
Messages.
But yeah, obviously being a new parent, a lot harder than I thought it would be. Had a lot of problems along the way. Trying to fit work in whilst being asleep at work most of the time.
Note to self in the edits: put the violins on in the back.
Okay, yeah, go for that.
Yeah, do that.
And then just playing football again for the first time in years.
Don't mention the L word.
The L word?
Loser.
Oh,
Loser.
yeah, of
No.
course. No, let's not mention that.
L word.
Leeds.
You just said it.
I said loser.
Oh, so
Go hand in hand, really. So,
Joker. I joke.
but yeah, that's pretty much what I got up to, really.
okay. So you've known us forever.
Yeah.
Right. And you've heard our podcast. You know we've delved into anecdotes of the past, and I don't know if that's going to be interesting to listeners, but that's all we've got at the minute. Plus any scary stories, anything that annoys you, get it off your chest in this pod. That's absolutely fine. Sorry, what have you been up to? It's been your birthday, of course.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh.
No, not a lot. Usual shit. When did we last do this? That was like three
weeks ago,
right? Yeah, not really much.
Not much. Just got a new car, sold your house. Yeah,
I sold the house, but I did get a new car. Yeah,
got a new car
out of the blue.
Yeah. Are you allowed? Are you gonna say where your house is? Because you didn't live in that house.
We did mention this, and
but you didn't mention it. Okay.
we did mention it.
Yeah, just checking. I can't remember.
Up in Cumbria, isn't it?
Yeah. So you rent, just to say, you rent out a house up there, and
On the edge of the Lake District. Yeah.
okay.
Hence why the Lake District gets bought up quite a lot.
Money
because
bags.
We've obviously
You had your
up there.
ghostly experience up there.
Griff had his ghostly experience up there, yeah. And then we went up for my 30th.
On the topic of the ghostly thing, if you follow our Twitter, X, sorry, I've pinned the brief clip of what I thought at the time was a ghostly figure, which is actually Simon's fingers. So check that out for context.
Not like, yeah. If you really want to.
Not going to go through the story again because our very few listeners have heard it by now. So
Yeah, let's recycle our pod content.
So surely we've got more listeners now. Because you had Stuart before. You've now got James as well.
James's colleague.
Yeah, a lot of our friends, I guess, are outer friends of
The outer circle.
the outer circle of friends
Taunton.
have been listening. Yeah, in other ways.
Yeah, so if you're listening to this pod, you are one of few people. So that should sort of feel like if
Cult
you
following.
don't mind this pod, actually should
One
feel
of two
quite
people, did you say?
One of the few people.
50%.
I don't slag us off that much, mate. But if you're one of the few people listen, is it good to know that you've discovered?
I just drank your coffee.
I know, I was thinking that. Oh, cheers. I don't want any more. I'll stick to the water.
Germaphobe over here is gonna. Fucking hell, it doesn't matter what I was going to say now. All I was. Okay, if it's me listening to a new podcast, like a local small podcast, and I don't know anyone listening to it, I feel good about that. But when something's unearthed and becomes big,
You like
Right.
to be the
it
person
takes the magic away. So if we ever become big,
you want to
that's
get
not
in
gonna
now and
happen.
lock in as an original.
yeah, and then I don't know where I'm going. I'm not going anywhere with that sort of.
Yeah, let's go over that. Let's just talk about your machine that you have at night.
I got sleep apnea. What can I say? So I have sleep apnea. I have to wear an attractive looking mask.
Do you actually still wear that then? Do you?
Yeah.
Cross between the Elephant Man and Darth Vader.
James does as well, doesn't he?
We both have sleep apnea.
Yeah, I'm not trying to take the piss. I'm just saying this is like related to.
That's fine. I don't mind talking about it. I talk about my embarrassing wanking story. Why not talk about this? I don't think I look as bad. Well,
Without it.
Compared to the masks you can wear, like
I have a question.
James's looks like a Darth Vader type thing. Mine is minimal, but it's not attractive.
Can it be hereditary then? Because it can be, can it?
Oh, yeah, I mean,
It must be.
I was diagnosed 2016 with it, so it took me a couple of years to get used to wearing one, and it definitely helps.
Was that after we shared the room?
Huh?
We went to Mike's stag do, and then Was that after that?
No, that was before that because obviously the problem is I snore like.
Yeah, and I
a
told you
dinosaur.
you weren't breathing at like for about
Yeah,
5 seconds.
that's what sleep apnea is. So you do stop
Yeah.
breathing through multiple intervals in the night. Of course, as the person with sleep apnea, you don't really know much about what's going on, but when you wake up, you certainly feel it because you're knackered.
And you
But
look at the person next to you and look at the red eyes.
Yeah.
Anger.
So when we went to Lake District,
That was for my 30th, wasn't it? That's
Yeah.
when-
yes, I shared a room with you, Alex.
Yeah.
And
We let Si have the
put my
double
machine, put my CPAP machine on.
Probably might have been better to give Griff the double bed, and then he
Yeah,
could
but
have
you were
just...
never going to do that. You were complaining of the noise of the machine,
Yeah, it was like a
and this is
in hindsight, it was
it was
soothing wave noise, but a bit loud.
what I used to do with the mask is like the sleep. When I first got diagnosed and I had to go to a sleep clinic, they said you have to wear it for a minimum of like 4 hours in a night or 5 hours. So because I hate wearing it, I would take it off at 3 a.m. or something, 4 a.m. So at the start of the night, you'd be like, "Oh my god, that's so loud! I can't sleep with that on." I'd take off the mask at early hours of the morning, and then you would hear me snore like in the dinosaur. Then that will definitely keep you up. Then you go, actually, yeah, I can see why the mask is better.
I'll be honest, it wasn't.
And he was in a foul mood, wasn't he, the next day?
It wasn't the loud noise and the pitch of the snoring. It was the fact that you do a loud snore, then there'd be a deadly silence, and I'd be like, "This is the longest time that's ever elapsed. I've been paying attention to," and I'd be like, willing you to start breathing again.
Yeah, that's what happened.
And then after it happened like 3 or 4 times, I was starting to think of an alibi. Like, how could I explain Griff's death and not get myself involved?
Well, Robin's had the opposite. She used to go, "This is my time frame to get to sleep."
But yeah, fuck you not breathing. I'm gonna sleep.
Can you just as a side? Can you? You both are so loud.
Oh, hang on.
For me personally,
Oh,
you two are like you know.
turn it down. Hang on, I've got to find the right one. No, on the box above the.
You're touching the wrong knob.
That one. That's literally your one.
That's your knob, the small one.
Your own knob.
Oh, that's so much better. Thank you.
Relief.
Oh, just
Go back to that story in the last podcast.
So I have sleep apnea. I used to be really embarrassed about saying that, but I don't care. I'm wrong side of 30. I've got kids. I sleep better with it. It's Robin's used to it. That's fine. If she ever sacked me off and I'm a single guy, I would have worries. How do you? Because I think most good people would be like, "Oh, that's a bit unusual, but okay." But there's some people like, "Oh, that'd be a
They'd
bit
probably
of giving
take that over your snorers, though.
Yeah, they would. They would, because there's like, they might say, "Well, let's try it without, if you don't mind. I want to see if I can cope." And they would say 100% can't cope with that.
Yeah. So I used to, whenever you had sleepovers, I used to have to kick you.
Yeah. That was that. I mean, I've been snoring.
You say you had to.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alex. So I'd sleep on the floor. He'd
Yeah.
sleep on his sofa.
Yeah.
On the bed.
Yeah, and I would wake up to a foot in my face, just prodding me on the side of my neck.
I'm sure it's probably because you farted.
But that was when I was a skin, lean,
Yeah.
But I'm chunkier now, so it does have an effect. So that's where I think, if you got a lot of fat around your neck, and I got small airwaves anyway, because you got smaller than not usual, not abnormally small, but we've all got different size passages, and mine are on the small side.
esophagus.
Yeah. So of course, I'm a chunky lad. That adds to it. But my brother's he's slimmer than me, and he suffers with it. So it's not just
No, he's
the diet and lifestyle does help. Sort of, doesn't always cure it as such, but
Does his dad have it?
my dad would never get tested for that sort of thing. I don't know. He snores loudly, but I couldn't tell if he's got sleep apnea or not. In the sleep clinic, you've usually got old fat people there, like really up. But then you've got suddenly a random teenager, skinny, or like men who are very slim.
Yeah, I don't think it helps.
I don't think you
got
fit
more
the
weight,
bill.
but I don't think.
But it's associated with. I think it's a stigma attached to like you must be 90 and up for it. Yeah, so.
But to finish that story, it was the quote from Alex
Oh,
the next
yeah.
morning.
So, I mean, obviously I had that machine on, and I'd volunteered to go in that room because it was Si's birthday, and also because I thought, well, I don't need a lot of sleep. So if it's noisy, I'll be all right. after like what seemed like an eternity, I was like, "Can you please turn that machine off? It's irritating me now." And then you were like, "Okay, yeah, I'll do that." And then afterwards, I just wanted the machine back on.
But you were quite polite about it.
Yeah.
Originally, you went, "No, it's fine," because I must have woken up at 4 or 5 in the morning, whatever time. I said, "You awake? Are you?" Yeah, I couldn't sleep because you're snoring, but it's okay. I've had my full quota of sleep.
Full quota of sleep, yeah.
Which is a funny phrase to use. And it was, 4 hours or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, you definitely didn't. 'Cause you're in
No,
a
I
family.
think the next night I slept on the sofa.
Did you?
Yeah.
There were horrible sofas as well. I just remember them being
Yeah, they were terrible.
lumpy and
I think I went for a bad back rather than red eyes again.
Okay. Anyone else got an embarrassing medical story? What about the time you shit yourself?
I would shut myself.
FaaF. Flat as a fart.
Anyway, so, okay. We covered the intro. First standard question, Alex. Has anything scary ever happened to you? Paranormal or otherwise? Doesn't have to be ghostly. Doesn't
Not
have to be
really
UFOs.
scary as such.
Or something you've heard about, friends,
I
family,
mean, there was that
colleagues.
story our friend used to tell us who lived in a nearby village, and there was a certain lane going down to his house.
We can say Mike.
We can say Mike.
Our mate Mike.
So our mate Mike, when we used to go to his house, we always used to go down this lane to get to it. And he always used to tell us as a story that one day this lady was driving down this lane with a baby in the back of the car. And then halfway down the lane, there was a pram in the road.
Yeah, something
So-
like that, yeah.
It was like pitch black, but she saw the pram with the headlights.
Empty pram.
Empty. Well, she didn't know that at the time. She stopped, got out to look in it, realised there was nothing there, moved out of the way, got back in the car, but then there was meant to be someone in the car behind her.
What do you mean there was meant to be someone in the car behind her?
Well, basically, I think the idea is that they would stop on the road.
Yeah.
Whether or not that person gets out of the car, I don't know if this actually happened. Did it?
I don't know.
And
Ooh,
then
why am I not
whoever-
following this? She drives down this lane. She sees
Yeah,
the
it's a
pram.
dark
So
night.
she's driving.
Curious.
Yeah.
Gets out of the car. There's no baby.
Yeah.
Then what?
Somebody's gone into the back of the car.
Oh, smashed the car.
No,
No,
as in
gone
gone
in
in
the
the
back.
back.
Sorry.
While she's out
Not
the
lit-
car,
yeah,
they've
yeah.
gone in behind to cue some horror music, you know.
Okay. By now I've already put that in the edit.
Okay,
As I
excellent,
listened to
good.
that.
But that does actually, you say a scary story that happened to me. One day when I was working in Bristol,
Yeah,
there's a
scary
road
enough,
called, yeah, scary is it on its own. You used to go up the M32 to go home.
Yeah.
And when I used to leave work at 5 o'clock, you'd be sat in the traffic there for half an hour queuing for the M32. And
Sally in the Woods, is this?
no,
Near
M32 Bristol. There's this guy approaching this car, and 2 cars in front of me on the phone. He puts his hand up, like waves to the guy, goes, and then he's trying the handle on the door, and I'm thinking, oh, he's got the wrong car. He's put his hand up. He's gone, oh, sorry.
I've been there, Alex.
Goes to the car in front of me afterwards. Tries the same again, and I'm thinking,
Oh,
he's
shit.
pretending he knows the
He's
person.
carjacking.
It's carjacking. I've never dived for the lock switch so fast in my life.
He didn't come to you then, did he?
Yeah, he grabbed onto my door. I was driving off as he was holding onto my door handle.
Fuck no.
I was
Yeah.
just thinking, I'm glad I got fuel in the car that day.
That sounds like my last anecdote in the last pod.
That
Yeah,
sounds
it was
something
scary.
that happened in the UK.
That is scary, actually. And I'm
Hmm.
glad you had that story.
I mean, I'm not. It was
I've
a
never heard that
horrific
before.
experience.
I've not heard that.
Uh,
Actually, yeah, it's weird. how we
I
not
was
heard
living in Gloucester at the time.
That. Oh, right. Like the Malverns.
No, Gloucester.
Gloucester, yeah. No,
Yeah.
Not saying. It's
Oh,
further on
that's
that.
fucking horrible.
Yeah.
FaaF. Flat as a fart.
Inevitably, we're going to be talking about, anecdotes of the past in an embarrassing form. We've already done that, actually, already. When you think of us two Burks here,
Yeah.
is there anything that sticks out that we haven't already said on the pod that makes you chuckle about, what we used to get up to? No? Okay. Sorry.
No,
Should we...
all I can think of off the top of my head.
I swear you had a shitload
You
when
had
you
some
actually.
notes.
I
like-
did,
on
but
your
now I'm
phone?
on the spot. I'm in the
Okay.
chair.
I know it's worse.
It'll probably
isn't
come
it?
back
You
to me
can't
later on when I'm home.
Yeah. Well, we were debating off pod about the Centre Parks trainer shoe anecdote, which
Yeah.
I know I've said on a different podcast.
It's not really
So-
much. It's not. It's one of those things where it happened and it's hilarious at the time, but when you recount it and speak about it, it's just like
It was one of those moments.
If somebody's listening to it, they're just gonna be like, "That's not."
Well, I'm aiming this story at people who are obviously new to this pod. I've never listened to my other pods.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
because I definitely have once or twice. But anyway, it is frustrating for me. But we went to Centre Park. It was supposed to be getting on for 20 years ago.
Oh, easily, yeah.
Centre Parks, right? I think it's when we worked there, so we had a free pass. I think there's half a dozen of us or so, and we went bowling, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bowling. It's all free, and as you know, with bowling, you I think you have to do it anymore, but those stupid clown-like shoes you have to put on.
Yeah, I think COVID's ended that.
Yeah, because I've been bowling in recent times, and I was like, "Why have you not got changed shoes?" I don't know why they ever did that, because they weren't.
I always thought it was to not scuff the
lanes. Yeah, they had that special coating.
But I don't know why.
I also thought it was a safety thing, because I thought, was it to grip? No, because it's just
why? Just in case you drop a ball on your foot, they're not.
Well, no, not that kind. Like I thought they were supposed to, because it's quite slidey on that wood.
Oh, I see.
And then anyway,
I always found them all bloody slidey.
Well, in most bowling places, you go to a counter, you give your shoes and tell them what size you are. They give the shoes, and away you go, and then you return them. Get your shoes back. Centre Parks, it was a help yourself thing. They had like a big bowling shoe rack where you just went yourself in it, right? So we did bowling, got our shoes back. My shoes were missing. Fucking gone, mate. I've got the bowling shoes on, and my Nike trainers that I wore all the time. I've got Nike shoes on now.
They did look clown-like, weren't they?
They were red and white.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were like the shoes from Who Framed Roger
Completely
Rabbit.
different material, but they were red and white. So the only people I can ask is there's like a bar, isn't there? Like a cocktail-y type bar. Well, they're not going to. So I went back to the bowling lanes and I saw this big fat bloke wearing my shoes. Because he obviously thought they were the bowling shoes, and that is, that is bizarre enough. But he took some persuasion.
He did
give them back.
Believe they were
they're
bowling shoes.
They're my trainers.
You're wearing my shoes,
and they never felt the same after that. They felt a bit like warm and
used, greasy,
and wider. They just
So I can't remember how you proved it. Did you have your name sewed in the label?
I just said, look at them. They're Nikes. They're not, they're brand. They're not bowling. They're not red and white or red and
navy. Knobhead. What an utter dickhead.
But it's low. It is. I'll give some credit to him. It's low level lighting, and they're red and white, and he's just not.
I mean, the polite thing would have been to do is let him finish his game and then collect him afterwards.
Fucking, he's wearing my trainers, So that's that anecdote. But I don't anyone found that amusing. But that's the sort of thing that happened to me. I don't feel like most people I know that would happen to them.
No, to us at the time, we were in tears.
Yeah, that was another one of those moments, wasn't it?
It's a toilet roll moment.
It was. I think you undersold that story.
Why?
You didn't really,
because Alex, of course, was there. Everyone.
I was almost in the floor with tears. I couldn't get that out.
How did we undersell it?
Well, you kind of described it like, I don't know. You didn't make it sound as.
The problem is when you're recounting stories to strangers on a pod, like our listeners who are effectively strangers, and we haven't got many that don't know us. It's if you oversell it, it's like, oh, is it that? If you just, I think we're pretty casual about it, but obviously amongst friends.
In the moment, we were laughing so hard. Probably laughed more than we did at the gig.
Yeah.
Well, like Griff said, we were like laughing. We were laughing. I was thinking of it when we were
absolutely ludicrous.
Yeah.
It was the fact we were tucked away in the corner, me and you, backs to the wall side, and Griff was directly in front of us with his toilet roll tail
he was like
to the rest of the room.
He was leading the way.
And it was like flapping in the aircon.
We don't need to go over again.
Okay,
I'll
cover that.
Stuart and who's our new listener? James's colleague. Sorry.
James's colleague.
Name's escaping.
Listener number 2.
Okay. I've officially run out of things to talk about. How far?
How have you done that? Have you not got? Did you not take any notes?
I mean, I did take some notes.
Readers, I tell you what.
I mean, the one thing I can remember that I think you missed a trick. So I know you said you don't name like presenters. It's always Si and Griff on there. So I thought, well, if I'm going to be on this episode, it should be Si, Alex, and Griff, because the acronym for that is GAS. That's a fart.
That's fine.
But then I also thought Si and Griff. Griff
but
and
you're-
Si, GAS.
You're looking at the podcast artwork just says Griff and Si.
Yeah.
And that will always be there.
But that's fine. But you appreciate Griff and Si,
Appreciate
GAS.
Yeah.
Instead of the
appreciate
and sign,
it.
put and on there.
I'll give you that, but it's too late now.
Okay.
I'm not going on. Yeah. I actually quite like the podcast artwork. I thought I did a bloody good job there. Do you agree?
Was it you or was it AI?
Well, I did it. AI didn't touch it, no, but
Yeah, he hasn't got any intelligence.
It was easy.
That's what I mean. That's what I thought it was artificial.
Yeah, it's easy these days to do that sort of thing. But 10 years ago, you'd have had to go on to Fiverr and ask someone
Yeah.
from a different country to help you with that.
But you can say
from
about anything.
Bangladesh.
You wouldn't really be able to do any of this years ago.
True.
Not really.
I mean, years ago, you didn't have a home studio.
Well, no. Yeah, there's loads of fucking stories if you remember, but I don't know if you want to just try and think of stuff for their next episode or something, or read a ghost story that you talk about.
Let's talk about job interviews. I haven't got an anecdote on the job interview, but I want to ask you to. If you're going into a job interview for any one employer, give me 3 tips. And follow it up with an embarrassing or an awkward encounter with the interviewer.
I did once have. I remember when I was really young. I think I was probably at college. No, I was at college. I went for an interview at Sainsbury's, and I didn't want to work there. So I basically just
They didn't want you to
interview.
work there.
Well, they didn't want me to work there after my interview.
I didn't know you had an interview.
Yeah, I didn't fucking want to work there.
It's a hell of a walk.
Yeah, I don't know if I was driving at that point.
Yeah, you would have been. So what did you tell me? What you did to put off the it's like Peep Show when Jez pulling faces at the interviewer.
Yeah.
What did you do then?
I wasn't quite doing that, but no, just being quite like
You were just yourself.
yeah.
Did you turn up in 2 t-shirts?
Yeah, that was something I used to do.
Greasy hair.
2 t-shirts.
You used to brag about how long it's been since you washed your hair. Must be 6 weeks.
yeah,
to
that
do
was
at
crazy,
school.
wasn't
Yeah,
Oh, it's been 9 weeks. I used to love it.
it was months.
Oh.
It was like 3. Well, yeah.
Yeah, look at this 4 head of spots I've got. Let's see. It's 9 weeks.
I can't quite remember. I just remember everything was like not a negative, but like would you be? If they asked, I remember them asking me about the tills, and I was like, nah, I wouldn't do that. Stuff like that.
Yeah, you definitely didn't do the tills.
So it was just, and we all worked at Argos, didn't we, as well? Like literally as we left.
Well,
school.
I mean, and you 2 attended. I would say I was the only one working.
I used to work.
I tell you what,
Maybe
I
not.
tell you what I did on a Saturday. I'd come in, and you'd look at the following week's rotors, and the 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. shift was gold dust because
We
It
knew
was,
we had
but
that every week.
It was, but all you got paid was about £14.
Yeah.
It's like fucking pointless.
But I would do what I could to swap a 9 to 5 for that. Like, I don't care that it's a few extra quid. I know. I probably swapped with you, Alex, more times than I care to.
I was always on the 9 to 5
I just thought,
and 8 till 4 on Saturday.
I just was interested in reclaiming your Saturday.
I mean,
just get out there.
For me, it was all about the money. And okay, this is a good question. What did you spend your first paycheck on? All £12 or whatever it was.
Probably chewing gum.
Me?
Me.
Yes, yeah. What was
You
it?
went to Froome College trying to appease the ladies again.
Yeah.
What about £3.63 an hour or something, wasn't it?
£3.10.
Shit.
How do you
Okay.
remember that?
Because, I mean, someone we
It's
used to
just
work
that.
with, believe that out, he had a pay rise 6 months before I knew about it, and he rarely turned up for work. And I went in to see our manager at the time and said, I do all the jobs here, tills, refunds, even jewellery when it's quiet, deliveries, do extra shifts. Why is he on more money than me? And he goes, I'll give you the same wage. And I was like, well, what about the 6 months he's just had on more? And he went, can't do anything about that now. You should have noticed earlier.
Should have noticed.
Exactly.
Really.
Well, since we're talking about Argos, you may as well.
But yeah.
My first paycheck.
First
I was gonna
paycheck.
say,
I know
eventually
exactly what I bought.
Eventually, we'll talk about how you lost, or pretty much lost your job, or nearly lost your job.
yeah.
We'll get on to that.
We touched on that briefly before.
Hang on, I'm trying to remember my first paycheck here. I can't remember.
I would wager it was a golden syrup cake, a portion of chips, and
fucking hell.
full fat milk, 4 pints.
Yeah, my local Londis, I probably would have. Do you remember, like, you'd at Lloyd's Bank? I bought it short as the case of every bank. You didn't have enough money, wouldn't let you withdraw it. If you had like,
Yeah, you didn't have a
£14,
tenner.
if you had
Yeah.
under 15 quid in there,
You couldn't get
wouldn't
fiver out back then.
That's so annoying. And you couldn't use your debit card because you weren't old enough to have one, so it was just stuck in there till you got paid again. I just don't know. I know you obviously know because that's why you're
It's tragic, isn't
Do you
it?
want to guess?
It was a television.
No, it was like 20 quid or something like that. I'll give you the first free prefix of the catalog code.
do you know an Easter
271.
Fucking hell.
That's
Alex is
gifts,
Mr.
by the way.
Argos through and through. And
Cut me and I used to bleed red.
what did Easter? If we were talking about something that happened in the past, he's associated with the number of Argos catalogs ago. That was.
Yeah.
Five
Yeah,
Argos
that
catalogs.
was
That's five
generally
Argos
like
catalogs ago.
work-related situations.
Yeah.
That was like when that happened, like 2 catalogs.
We'd go to
ago.
college and Alex would do rebin at night.
Yeah,
Rebin. That's just re.
that was actually really fun.
That's just getting new stock in, isn't it?
That's mental.
Yeah, that was. You get like
I tell you what. The top floor of Argos was in the stock room was
Yeah.
allegedly haunted, was it not?
Yeah.
Oh, it
fucking
was, yeah.
horrible,
And the lift broke on me a few times, and I was stuck in it.
That's probably me because you could press the button at the bottom.
No,
That's
no,
probably
no, no.
me.
It's
I used to do it
probably
all the time. You hear it go, the lady's getting in at the top. You press the button at the bottom, and it would stop halfway.
to be honest, I actually once there's a hatch in the top. I got in on top of the lift, and it started working again. But there was enough room to stand at the top when it went all the way up, so I didn't get crushed. That's why I'm here today.
Bloody
But anyway, back to this first paycheck.
Hold on, give us the 3 first. Oh no,
I'll give you 3 options. I just told you it's in the gift section. Was it
it'll do. Yes,
was it a lava lamp?
Yeah.
Was it?
it's never the first one.
It could be. Was it a?
No, you look to your left. You're lying. Go on. What was it?
Don't know. I'm trying to come up with something
Yeah,
else.
I know.
that,
Lava lamp. Is it
went,
A?
that went well.
It's
It's
A.
a lava lamp.
Okay, hang on. Lava lamp. Bottle of dupe.
That's
The
just-
aftershave.
Did they
Or-
sell aftershave?
Didn't
Yeah, they did. They did. And it was
No.
271 as well.
So it's definitely not that because you just
And-
proved it's not that.
Yeah, but that actually might be the answer because he's had time to.
And
double
also,
bluff.
third and final, Kung Fu Hamster.
Oh, fuck. Because you did have that.
And do you remember there was like 4 or 5 on the shelf? You'd have a Kung Fu Hamster,
was it that?
an Elvis hamster, and you just walk along and press them all on as you walk past them every time, and they just all start kicking off,
was it
singing
that
different
it, then?
songs.
Was that it?
Guess which one of the 3?
I still think it's the lava lamp.
Perfect hamster.
Definitely Kung Fu Hamster.
What a waste of money, mate.
I know.
Did you
Frivolous.
Did you keep it?
Yeah, until
Probably
it
worth
died.
something now.
I think I gave it to my sister, actually.
I used to be obsessed with buying Casio watches and stuff like.
Casio watches.
There's always that $4.99
Oh,
Casio.
James
watch.
Bond.
Oh, that's
Stand-
before
stand-
Durabrand came along.
Sto-
Durabrand
Casio,
I'm saying that
are a
right?
respected brand, mate.
in the 80s.
I used to buy watches. Never did get the calculator watch.
My brother had one with world time on. That was pretty fancy back in the day.
Argos. So I left Argos, and I
I'm
wanted.
glad you're not still there.
I had some birthday money.
They've closed about 10 years ago in our local town.
We've already mentioned Sainsbury's. They
Oh,
probably
yeah.
remembered you
Yeah, probably.
since they're Argos now. Yeah, I had some birthday money, but I said, could you get me because you get 10% off, don't you, if you're staff? We went to Argos in Bath.
Oh, you're
Right.
talking about my story about me nearly getting fired.
Oh yeah,
Right. Okay. Sorry.
yeah. I'm just giving some background.
Yep.
It was Bath. It was the old before Bath had a
It was the original Southgate. It was
Yeah,
called Southgate back then.
Yeah, in the
It was
underpass.
horror.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Bus station.
Nostalgic though when I think about
It
it.
was so horrible. and
Smelt
depressing.
of piss.
John Menzies. We went into our
Adams.
and I had some birthday money. I wanted a camcorder because it's years before phones had proper video recording facilities. So I said, would you discount? I'm surprised you ever said yes, but you sort of said yes. Now, did I pay
paid
with
for
cash?
No,
Did I give you the cash? It was about 130 quid. It wasn't cheap, was it?
I think you gave me the cash. I didn't have enough money,
So he had to use his
and then
card,
you
and
stood
that's
next
where the
to me,
problem
and
arose.
I used your card. Yeah, for the rest of it. And then it was just the fact that at this point nothing would have happened. It was because we went back home, or went back to yours.
Yeah.
And there was nothing in the box.
Was there nothing in the box?
No.
I totally forgot about that.
That's why we went back into Froome, and then I got
Yes.
called in. I got called in the. Into the
But how
office.
did that trigger a? You just said Froome.
Because he
Correct.
wanted help from our manager at Froome at the time to make sure
And he
that
just
they
said
put it aside. And I just said it. Damn it. Anyway, can I just say this is a precursor to going back to Bath to collect things and take things back in another story later to come.
Okay,
What's
that's
that?
fine.
What's that?
Oh,
Can we not have a hint?
it's fine.
Internet routers.
So I paid
No,
with
it's
cash. You paid the rest on your card.
No,
Was
you
it?
gave me the cash.
That's right.
So I was one of the
Yeah.
till, and then I didn't. We didn't have enough money.
Mhm.
And obviously, we were too young for me to go. Oh yeah, I'll put it on my card because you couldn't transfer money as easily back then. So I had to use your card.
Yeah.
And then obviously because we had to go back and had the receipt,
Yeah.
it didn't have my card on it. It had your name
Yeah.
on it.
And then, of course, that triggered a. How many? It felt like you had
An
about
internal investigation.
How many meetings did you have to have? Did they let you off in the end?
Yeah.
Such like.
But they were asking ridiculous shit like, where did I get the money from?
Yeah, that. And I remember
And
your
stuff
dad.
like
Hang on.
that.
It's
And
because
I
they
remember-
knew how many hours you worked there a week.
You only get paid £14 a week.
But
You only get this-
I remember your
This
dad.
is a year's salary for you.
Your dad was like, "What's it to them?"
Yeah,
Where you get
Dad
the
was
money.
very much wasn't happy about.
And your mum kept getting the woman's name wrong, didn't she?
Shirley. Yeah, that's how that
Who-
was.
It was someone called
Sharon.
Diane.
Oh, Diane.
I don't care. Diane.
Yeah, it's just random,
She's
yeah.
fine, right? That was her name. She was the one that.
Yeah.
Is she the one that grassed you up, basically?
No one grasped. I don't know.
Diane served you back in our hometown,
Yeah.
Argos.
Yeah.
And your mum kept going, so what did Shirley say? We said, how many times? It's not Shirley. And that became funny
It became
because
a running joke for God
Yeah.
knows how long.
because
Right, Shirley? We just
Surely
call each other
not.
Shirley.
Not again.
I'm at your house where your mum and dad are going, right, so tell us from the beginning what's happened. And she got going, so what's Shirley got to do with this? It's not Shirley, it's Diane. It's funny. So, and you left, didn't you? That probably prompted you to leave.
I didn't leave then. I left it like not long after, but a couple of months. I think.
I'll never forget Sarah, Big Sarah. It's fine to say.
Still
Big
there
Sarah.
now.
Big Sarah. She was sort of like scatty,
Like the
middle-aged.
mother figure.
Yeah,
She's probably our age. She's probably our age now.
that's crazy. She was a bit sort of bossy
Probably
in a friendly way.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. And although she did a few times, she did have a go at us, or me, Jamie. And I was
When you went on the tannoy.
you know how it works at Argos, where someone's at the front, the item is put on a shelf. They go, order 731, and they stamp
Picking
it.
list.
Picking list. They hate all the terminologies. Do you remember this, by the way? What I'm about to say. All it is, it's not hilarious. I've never laughed so much. But it was a busy Saturday when Argos used to be. That was
Evening.
what it was like the Amazon. How busy Amazon is in an online sense.
Yeah.
Argos was the original Amazon as well. You get anything from Argos. And she, in front of everyone, she
Laminated
just
Book of Dreams.
She did she did. We were all busy out. She just went to go back in the stock room. She walked straight into the door. The door was open.
Remember that?
But it was the sound she made.
It was the FUD.
like that. And she just was like embarrassed
Winded.
and she was laughing. She was like, so fucking embarrassing. I've never laughed so much in my but she also got really cross with Jamie and I when you were on. We used to piss about on the CCTV. We could see you on the till, Alex. This is and
You should zoom in.
You should zoom in.
Yeah.
How much? No work ethic whatsoever. And Jamie and I sort of did it as well. We were banging on the wall, weren't we?
Yeah, you were.
Just to see Alex on the camera looking down and going,
React.
what's going on here? And she Big Sarah caught us, and she went, absolutely mentalist. I felt such a. You just that's so bloody childish what we've just done there. But I was 17 for God's sake. I probably looking back.
Yeah, we were all playing fucking hide and seek.
That's what we should be doing.
Can I just say as well, that was like the worst thing that you did. But on Sundays, there were a few drunk people that used to like work at uni and come back and work on Sunday. That they turn up so hungover that one of the guys was like, "Well, why don't you go sleep in the bed on the shop floor?"
What bed on the shop floor?
What?
When it was like Argos Extra to begin with, we had all the furniture by the shop window.
What, for the night?
No, during the day, during the shift. He came in half cut, and one of the older lads was like, "Well, you look a bit worse than me. You go have a sleep in the bed for 4 hours."
I didn't bloody remember that.
No, I think I reckon that was
Sunday.
Refitted it.
Yeah, when they used to have all the furniture out there. Yeah, someone literally used to like it was different person each week. Whoever's the worst.
I remember before they changed it. And I remember being in there when I was a kid, just thinking it was fucking huge, massive.
Yeah,
obviously,
it was.
It probably wasn't.
Yeah.
No, it was. It used to be because you had all that.
I know it was further back.
Yeah.
But
we used to have furniture in there and everything, like different rooms, if you remember.
Yeah. I just one last thing on Argos. God, this is how boring this is, but I can't believe this. Jamie was being trained on tills. I was showing Jamie how to. I didn't know what I was doing on the tills. And you had to, as you know, Alex, you'd have to read out certain things like this doesn't affect your strategy. Say yes. This, do you want so and so? This has warranty. This won't affect your statutory right. You can't return. Blah blah blah. You have to read certain key things out, and it would say, tell the customer da. And Jamie took over, and he would read that bit.
He'd read the blurb.
Tell the customer. Would you? Just something minor like that, but I just so funny. It's like Jamie's little face. Oh, I should have read that bit.
And it took a lot to embarrass Jamie as well.
I don't know. He's got a lot of pride that I think you'd have hit. Not that well. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on from Argos.
Yeah, we always. Well, yeah.
That concludes episode 6, which I know already what this type was going to be called.
What, Argos?
The Argos ep, starring Alex.
Argos
it's going to go down well with our inner circle of friends who very much link Alex. You were working 7 days a week once there, weren't you? Or were you working 5 days there and you did overtime somewhere else?
No, I was.
I set up a bloody Facebook page. How pathetic is this when I talk about it? Appealing to Alex. It was a group. Join this group where it's all about convincing Alex to not work 7 days a week.
Did you?
Yeah.
That was a bit sad.
That.
Very sad. 2006, 2007, 2008.
Oh yeah, that would have been.
You worked 6 days a week, then 1 day a week somewhere else.
So I left Argos to work for another company, and then they were struggling on the weekend, so I was then doing Monday to Friday and 1, and that was 7 till 6 Monday to Friday, and
7 till 6,
and I did 8 till 5 Saturday, and then 10 to 4 on Sunday for like 6 months.
Anyway, that's terrible. I mean, that's bad, but just setting up a Facebook group.
I don't remember that.
Well, I tell you what, it absolutely ruined me, but not because I was tired.
Facebook group.
Oh no, that absolutely ruined me as well.
A lot of people joined it saying, "Come on, Alex, have a day off."
Have a day off.
I still play football 4 or 5 times a week.
I don't think I was on Facebook then. I joined Facebook quite late. I know
still
you,
MySpace or Bebo.
You were on it quite early, as usual.
2006.
Yeah, it was like because it was like all I knew about it then was like it was like a uni social.
Yeah,
that was the original premise of the platform, wasn't it?
Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed your pod debut.
Oh, I can go now.
No, we're going to record another episode in a minute. Oh. You're staying right here. Bit worried though, because I've got nothing else to say, and that's why
we'll have a team talk.
Yeah, that's why half the episode's been Argos. We must not touch on Argos in the next step. Any final thoughts, Si?
No.
Yeah, Ali.
Any thoughts at all?
Anything.
Blank.
No. Well, thanks all for listening. Let it be known that you listen to this pod because it ups the morale a bit that we've got other listeners that don't know us personally. So,
I mean, it's quite a niche.
Well, essentially, it's strangers listening to strangers talk about their pastimes. Is that interesting? Not really, but it could be relatable at best. So, yeah, that's all from me. Cheers, Alex.
That's all from you and me.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.